What's going on, folks? A little late with the live weigh in chat. All week, I've been shouting from the rooftops that this is an early card, 1 p.m. Eastern start time, 4 p.m. Eastern main card start time. Yet, I failed to make the connection that the weigh-ins were going to start earlier as well. Now, here we are, half an hour after the weigh-ins have started, but I will start the weigh-ins from the beginning. I'm going to quickly skip through so that I can follow through, or at least that I can catch up with the live, and then just watch along the rest of it with you. Hopefully, there's no Josh Parisian making us stick around to the last 10 minutes to see if everybody's able to successfully make weight. But here we are. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to catch up with the live weigh-ins first. Or sorry, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the weigh-ins, catch up to the halfway or half an hour into it, and then we will get into the comments section and see what everybody's saying. But I believe the first on the scale was Timur Valiyev. Shouldn't have too much trouble making weight. Never has really had much trouble making weight. $136 for Valiev. Looks good on the scale. Pineda up next. Looks to be in good spirits. Looks to be in some damn good shape, too. $145. We got Ike Villanueva hopping on the scale next. Nice and tan, Ike Villanueva. $205. Never looks like he's in like amazing shape, but looks good on the scale. Julia Villa skipping to the scales, looks in good shape, looks in good spirits. She has an X-Men vibe about her. 135. Marley Alves plotting himself to the scale. $171. Doesn't look as jacked as he like used to, at least from what I remember, but looks in good spirits. Rachmanov to the scale now at his lanky frame. Looks good as well. 170.5. Looks in good spirits. Moicano up to the scale next. If you guys remember, most of his career was spent at 145 pounds, up at 155 for the last couple fights. Shouldn't have too much issues making weight. 156. Looks good. Johnny Barcelos. Looking hella shredded. Looks to be in decent shape. $135 championship weight. Good to see him perform. Next up, we got Tim Means on the scale. Looking as Tim Means normally does. $170.5. Shal Pesheris, the guy we've pretty much been waiting on. Let's see what he looks post USADA and about 2.5 year off layoff as well. Looks to be in good spirits. Looks just as thick as he normally does. No big differences in terms of his physique. Makes 170. It's crazy how jacked that dude is. God damn. USADA or not. Next up, we got Stolyarenko coming to the scale. Looks in much better spirits than she did last time. Definitely looks like she made the right adjustments to her preparations to cut the weight. Good for her. 135. Moving around a lot just so she can show off that she's in good shape. Marcin Praknil coming to the scales now. Looks like he had his sweats on right up into the point of actually stepping on the scale here. Doesn't look too compromised or anything like that, so makes the weight. Jeremiah Wells stepping to the scale again on short notice. Slowly making his way to the scale here. Very jacked Jeremiah Wells, too. 171. That's a professional making weight on short notice. OSP stepping to the scale. If everybody remembers, he missed weight last time around, but that was at 205. Now he's up at 265, so he has plenty of leeway. Definitely didn't cut weight for this. At least I don't think he did. $230 for OSP. Looks like there's a little lull now. Let me just skip on through it and see if anybody comes before I catch up to the live again. Marquez, my least favorite fighter on the roster, hopping on the scales. Big dude. I believe he stands at 6'7". Breathing a little heavy, but makes a 205 limit, 205 and a half. Next up, it looks like Hadzovic stepping onto the scale now. Looks in good spirits. Looks in good shape as well. I forgot who was calling it, but they're calling some Gane on the left pec of Hadzovic. I definitely see it though. Not as pronounced as Zizzy's was back in the day, but definitely shows some there. Andre Feely stepping onto the scale now. Heavily tatted Andre Feely. Looks in good shape. Seems confident that he'll be making the weight. $145. Charles Rosa stepping on the scale now. Taking his time to put his mask on, it seems like. Is that a mask? No. Oh, it's like a dog tag or something. He has such a weird build. Looks in good shape. Continuously skipping through. Looks like we got Nicholas Dalby coming to the scale now. These weigh-ins are really rolling through, but then again, I am skipping through a lot of it so that I can actually get to the fighters. $170 for Dalby. Looking in good shape. Just see what the chat is saying real quick. Make sure there's no fucking trolls in here. Looks like we're all good so far. All right, let me just get back to catching up with the live here. I am about 10 minutes behind. Oh, there we go. Just as I say that, Justin James hopping onto the stage. Looks to be in decent shape. Making 145 pounds. Let's see if he can do it. $145.5 for Justin James. Seems in decent spirits. Looks in good shape. Jay Herbert walking through the scales. This lanky motherfucker. Herbert makes the limit. I get scared sometimes when these guys like flex so quickly right after they make the weight. It almost looks like they're gonna punch themselves in the head. Fuck. So far, everybody looking good on the scales. Pracknell looked the most suspicious, but he still looked good. And Brendan Fitzgerald having a meal behind the scenes as he's commentating. Seems like there's a decent lull now. Right. I have officially caught up to the live. So let's see how many fighters we are still waiting on. Volkov, Gane, Bozer, Kennedy, and Medeiros. So 5 fighters left. I wonder who would have the most difficulty in terms of making the weight out of all of those guys. The 2 heavyweights, while Volkov normally comes in at the heavyweight limit, Gane comes in a little bit under. Bozer never really had issues making weight. Kennedy, maybe. I don't think he's missed weight either, though. And then Medeiros, consummate professional. I don't see him going out there missing weight either. So I wonder what the holdup is here. All right, let's see what the chat is saying, and then we will catch up to the live stream. Shawty Mac in the chat, appreciate the love, appreciate you stopping by. AA saying Ike with the abs. Yeah, kind of abs. Rex Lee in the chat. Let's go, brother. Wangi77, what's going on, my guy? Chris Hoon saying, hope you guys in Miami are safe. What's going on in Miami? Am I missing something? What's going on over there? Oh, the fucking apartment building. That's fucked. That's crazy that happened, right? As of 3 hours ago, the news is that 4 people have died, 159 still missing. That's crazy. And that happened at night, right? Imagine sleeping and then waking up to that and then possibly dying right away. Ugh, that's fucked up. Yeah, I hope everybody that I know is okay. Well, hope they find the majority of those 159 people. Also, whoever constructed that building or whatever the fuck is going to happen, they're in for a tough one. Yeah, those people are getting sued to shit more than likely. Kane Gomez, have you ever changed your mind on a fighter after seeing them at the weigh-in? Not into, well, actually, no, I lied. The only one that really comes to mind that was like predominant for sure. I switched my pick was the Jay Collier against Tom Aspinall. I predicted Collier before I saw him on the scales, assumed he'd be coming at a decent weight since it was his first time up at heavyweight, but it comes in right at the limit, and we obviously know what his physique looked like at the time. And I switched my pick to Aspinall. Other spots that I was close to switching was Ketlen Vera versus Yana Kunitskaya. That's like, one of the more drained fighters I've ever seen on the scales, who actually ended up fighting as well, but not often. Like, I don't put a huge amount of stock into the weigh-ins unless it's something as visible as obviously the Jay Collier situation or the Yana Kunitskaya situation. Ulajuwon Dream, love that name right there. Looking forward to Gane versus Volkov. Going to be entertaining. I agree. Justin Villegas saying, any reason why UFC doing an earlier card? It's Cali. Usually don't do Cali card unless this early, unless overseas, sometimes East Coast. Yeah, I know it's not early. Cali it is. I think that this is one of their tentpole events on ABC, if I'm not mistaken. They did it with the Holloway Cater card. They did it with another one earlier this year, back in April. I want to say it was the Victorian Holland card. I could be off on that, but they're doing it at least 4 times a year. I think that they're going to be doing a 1 a.m. start or 1 p.m. Eastern start time, and I love it. I love these afternoon cards, to be honest. Lojuan Dream saying, hoping to win on one of my DraftKings lineups. That would be good. I got a good chunk of money invested into straight up bets here, so hopefully that works out. Greg Love reminding you guys, please do hit that like button. Always helps your boy out. We're at 12 likes at the moment. Oh, good. Olajuwon Dream say, I think it's to accommodate the overseas fans since both fighters in the main event are international fighters. No, it is. I am quite certain that it's a tentpole event for them, which they're going to be doing it at 1 p.m. Eastern. Andy Price in the chat. What's going on? Justin Villegas. Andy Price saying, I'm riding with chains. Good luck, my brother. Yannick LeBurge saying, what are your thoughts with Justin James putting his whole person online? Again, I don't think that's a good move. I really don't think he wins this weekend. Unless we see a dramatic change in Justin James, I don't think he looks good this weekend. DFS Whispers in the chat. What's going on, my brother? James look more shredded than ever. He definitely does, but one thing that we need to take into consideration here is this fight's at 145 pounds. So yeah, he's gonna look in better shape because his prior fights. I don't want to talk out of my ass here, but I'm pretty certain the Devontae Smith fight that was up at 155 pounds. Actually 160 pounds catch weight. Gabriel Benitez, that was at 155. And the Gavin Tucker fight was back at 146 pounds as well. But majority of his career has been taking place at 155 pounds. So yeah, I'd actually be interested in comparing his weigh-in with Gavin Tucker to his weigh-in today. I'm certain that it'll look somewhat similar. Justin Villegas, I hit that like button anymore. That button going to be one be exclusive. There are a few other like buttons I've been hitting. I'm a player. Appreciate it. I don't know if anybody watches Chris D'Elia's podcast. Love that guy. But he always has jokes about how, oh, people always say smash that like button. That's such a dumb thing to say. But if you just breeze on by and, just fart on that like button or just tickle up on that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. And I think I'm going to start jacking his style and saying that, but we'll see what happens. AA Singh with his fake $25,000 bet. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he actually put that. Let's be honest. DFS Whisperers, Nega Mariano, and Beltran came through last week. Yep. Big win for Nega Mariano for sure. Olajuwon Dream saying you think Bozer are going to go out with a bang. I think he wins a decision here. I know Cody last night was more so on Bozer by KO, but I could see it, especially if OSP starts to slow down a lot and, gives us some question marks regarding that. Yeah, I'm not liking I'm not liking how lackadaisical they are with the stream right now. Let's get these guys on the scale. Wangi 77 saying, yeah, you definitely hear some Alfred noises. Literally just finishing up his meal right now. Maybe I'll show him on the stream afterwards. Olajuwon Dream, you think Volkov gonna win? No, I'm actually on the Gane side. Olajuwon Dream saying I would love to see Volkov versus Struve too, just for entertainment's sake. If I'm not mistaken, Struve is officially retired now, so we'll see how that goes down. Big Bird PH saying, how did Shavkat opponent look? Looked as he normally does. Pozzerous, short, jacked, fire hydrant, looking the same. It didn't seem like USADA had much of an impact on him physically speaking, but let's see how he actually performs inside the cage now. Big Bird Pete saying Bows are just getting held up at the buffet. Olajuwon Dream building collapse in Miami, almost 200 people dead or missing. Yeah, I do recall that. I thought there was something else that had actually happened. Andy Price saying, how did Shavkat look? He looked great. Definitely looked great. John Golan saying, prayer for them. Definitely. I hope more of those people end up surviving than actually end up dying. That'll be fucked. About Better saying it starts at noon. It actually starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, so just an hour after noon. About Better saying I like him too, as I don't drunk bet. Anything to stay away from being a DJ. I absolutely get it. Olajuwon Dream. Oh, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. I got you, brother. AG saying locking at you the man. Moy Connor Herbert, no distance. I like it. And Zechuku, I like it. Barcelos parlay. Let's get it. I like it. I like it. I like it. About Better. James has no striking defense nor cardio. I absolutely agree. Ursel Mwambeki in the chat. How's it going, my brother? Olajuwon Dream saying I found you through you being on Helwani's Panini trading live stream on IG. You got to support another Canadian. That Helwani's my guy, man. He gets way too much flack from the newer school fans, in my opinion. People don't remember him from his old school MMA fighting days or, before that MMA rated. The dude's a G. He'll always have my respect. I've known him for over 10, 11 years now, and he's never once left me unread or never once not replied to my messages or anything like that. Dope dude. Dope dude. AG, bet violence this card, you will be rewarded handsomely. Yeah, I think there's a good amount of fights that go or that end up in a finish. Yannick LeBird saying any PFL or Bellator bets for tonight. I haven't made any official ones. Kennedy Nzechukwu was apparently on his way to the scale. But in terms of Bellator and PFL bets, again, I haven't looked too heavily into the card. Liz Carmouche intrigued me, but I was hoping to get a better line on her, to be honest. We know Bellator and PFL is usually Parlay City. Not as many as heavy favorites on Bellator this weekend, but the only two spots that I really like, to be honest, pre-tape and all that, Jalen Bates and Jalen Bates and Soren Bach. Probably those two, getting maybe minus 150-ish. I don't mind that. Um yeah, sorry, Bates and Bach parlay for Bellator, and then for PFL, I think Pacheco rolls. Obviously, she's a minus 900 favorite. I think Capoloza rolls. I've been seeing some love for Brandon Sales out there, but I do think that Goldsov is pretty good, damn good. D'Elia should be able to take out Cole. That's really about it. Nothing else really jumps off to me. Ursel, you think Sean O'Malley ultimately got the same treatment as Carlos Holzberg with the list of opponents with which to choose from? Absolutely. I think all those types of guys, like, I'll be honest, like, I used to work at an MMA gym back in the day, and this was right when Elias got into the UFC, and Elias was fighting out of the gym that we used to train, or that he used to train at, and they would send him lists. He would get to choose who he gets to fight. They would send him a list about 5 or 6 guys, and he gets to choose. And I highly doubt the other guys got that type of treatment. I mean, like the other guys that were on that list. So yeah, I think that O'Malley definitely gets a list of guys, and he gets to choose. Austin Johnson, dog shots, Ike, James, and Volkov. Also, let's go Shafkat, Barcelos, and like Conor Herbert, no distance. Let's make some money tomorrow or tonight if you're degenerate enough to bet Bellator or PFL. I don't mind the shots on Volkov. I really don't think James wins. I'd be very surprised if James wins, to be honest. Ruger Kev in the chat. Let's dominate, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to Ruger Kev. Also, I believe he jumped in on the Lock of the Night challenge. If you guys are interested in the Lock of the Night challenge, love that spot. Love that game. People are loving it. It grows with every single edition. Last time around, we broke records in terms of most amount of guys in the $25 game. We had 76 people, I believe it was, hoping to top that number again this time, hopefully hitting 100 this time. And then in the $100 game, we had 43 people, hoping to at least eclipse 50 people in that game. But again, very simple game. You pick one lock of the night play. That's one bet. It could be a parlay, props, straights, totals, whatever the fuck it is. You make one bet every single UFC event from UFC 264 all the way to the end of the year. Whoever accumulates the most amount of profit, the top 3 guys get paid out with the pot. 65% to number 1, 25% to number 2, 10% to number 3. Love it. People love it. So if you're interested, make sure you slide in my DMs at MMALOTN, and I'll get you guys signed up and ready to go. Justin Villegas, I have to go back and look. I thought I saw more than 2 fighters walking really slowly to the scale. There were a couple guys that were like, putts into the scale, but I don't think that it really is anything crazy. I wonder if we'll ever see a fighter as tall as Struve again. Yeah, I think Volkov is the damn closest. Pulse reloaded numeratic numbers chromatically and cosmetically. Shout out to D-Rest. All right. What's the over and under? Ooh, that parlay. Yeah, I'll do that. Actually, no, that's for tomorrow's stream. So come back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's when I drop the over under parlay. Lajuan Dream. I'm very new to MMA. Never seen the MMA Hour, but I loved DC and Hawani, so I can't wait to check it out. Yeah. Hawani was a G with the MMA Hour back in the day. I'm just Drew in the chat. What's going on, my brother? Good luck. Alexander Ryan can't stand Ariel, but that's just me. Love the dude. Love him, love him, love him. Isn't Gervonta Davis fighting this weekend too? I believe so. Again, I'm not a big boxing guy, but I do think he is fighting this weekend. Yeah, so many fights. No fights to next week. Remember that. AA saying, what are OSP's paths of victory? I think he needs to get his grappling going. I'd be surprised if he knocks out Bozer. His activity is just not good enough to keep up with Bozer's. It's got to be get the takedown, get a sub. Because I don't think he'll be able to keep Bozer down for 10 minutes to at least secure 2 rounds. And I think it's going to get harder and harder for him to take Bozer down the longer the fight goes. Yeah, it's tough for me to see how OSP wins, to be honest. Olajuwon Dream saying minus 3,000 favorite. Kayla Harrison, goddamn, yeah. She should walk through Cindy Danwa. Jeffrey Bagner is saying thoughts on James and his coaching, betting you all their take on the fight on James. I don't understand it. Unless they know something that we don't know, I don't think he wins that fight. Cashbag saying, hey, lock free money, Gervonta Davis by KO. Free money. I've heard somebody that I respect saying that the other guy is quite live, so I'll probably stay off that, to be honest. About better saying, I'm hoping for lots of finishes. Me too, man. I think we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights out of what I think 13 fights. I think we see at least 6 fights and inside the distance. A couple more that are live to finish inside the distance. I'd see another 1, 2, 3. So I'd say up to 9 fights are likely for a finish, in my opinion. Alexander Ryan saying, Jeff, they're either lying or incredibly stupid. Yeah, I think they're lying, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's more so a flex on him saying, I am this confident. Unless he flashes a ticket, I don't believe it. About better saying, take Barrios. I'm assuming that's plus 375. Believe gonna murder Barcelos. I'm telling you, don't put Barcelos in your parlays. I won't be putting him in mine, but I do think that he wins for sure. Socrates stopping by saying, just wanted to say hi. Appreciate the love, brother. Kayla, largest favorite in MMA history. Yeah, I don't disagree with it either. About better Barrios live dog. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been hearing. Cashbag is saying, remember I told you this lock. I got 3.3K on the KO, minus 164 Gervonta Davis. Good luck, my brother. Conor McGregor, Michelle Pierre. Olajuwon Dream, do you think Nick Diaz will fight this year? By all indications, it looks like he is. Like, Dana is normally the first guy to shoot anybody down, especially Nick Diaz down, if he's saying that he's going to take a fight. Looks like we got Nzechukwu hopping on the scale now. Let's see what he looks like. Sorry, my thing was muted. 205.5 for Nzechukwu. Good for him for making the weight. I believe that leaves 4 guys that we're waiting for. Main events. Main event guys, Yancy Medeiros, and who's the other guy we're waiting for? Bozer. 3 heavyweights and Medeiros is all we're waiting for. But yeah, Olajuwon, I do think Nick Diaz fights this year. AA UFC Bozer or UFC stats: Bozer takedown defense 60%, OSP takedown accuracy 40%, over a third of OSP wins by sub. But Bozer never been sub before, but also hasn't faced many grapplers. Yeah. Bob Bear saying I'm on all dogs Saturday. Interesting. Appreciate the love, Ryan Grant. Good luck as well. Rib Lemons, good card to do that. Yeah, I think there's some live dogs, to be honest. Who do you think Nick fights? I'm hoping it's like along the lines of maybe a Carlos Condit rematch, Robbie Lawler or something. Don't give him somebody that's ranked and ready to fight for a title. Let's give him some fun fights. The lead up and all that shit is going to be great if he was to fight guys like Leon Edwards or Colby Covington or something like that. But like it does nothing. Like Nick Diaz hasn't won a fight. Let me just throw this out there. Nick Diaz has not won a fight since I want to say BJ Penn. Yeah, BJ Penn 10 years ago. We're approaching 5 months short of 10 years ago. He won a fight. Then again, he's only had 3 fights since then. Carlos Condit loses that. GSP loses that. And then Anderson Silva, probably a very bad fight, loses that one as well. So saying, damn, that's UFC business, I guess. In perspective, I would favor Saeed Nurmagomedov against O'Malley, but I ain't giving him a list. Yeah. Cashbags Barrios goes down in 6th. What do you make of James betting on himself? That is legal. I don't think you can bet against yourself. But yeah. It is what it is. Good luck to him. I know fighters that bet on themselves all the time, but like I think James is trying to hype himself up. What is the biggest possible likely upset this weekend? I think Pizares could pull off the upset, man. I'm not as sold on Shavkat as everybody is. I think Shavkat wins, don't get me wrong, but I think that Pizares could spring the possible upset. He's very durable. He's very strong. He could potentially just stifle Shavkat. I don't know. Trying to look at other favorites that could bust it. Jay Herbert could potentially spoil parlays as well, which is why I'd rather the fight doesn't go to decision or under 2.5 in that fight. Yeah, those are the 2 big dogs I think will be barking the loudest. While Yeel Al-Gadban saying early prediction for Griffin Condit, obviously got to run the tape still, but I'm on full fade Condit mode, honestly. I think that Griffin can do it. Land takedowns. Yeah, he might actually even be lock of the night now that I'm thinking about it. Is that fight on the next card? Is that on 264? Because 264, I gotta say, I think I have 2 big leans for lock of the night plays there. Yeah, that's on fucking 264. I really like Wonderboy Thompson against Gilbert Burns as well. I was stuck between. I legitimately thought I'd be making it my lock of the night play, but I got to be honest. I feel a lot better about Max Griffin winning his fight against Condit. Land takedowns, stay away from the submissions. He should be able to grind Condit out. Other spots that I'd be leaning lock of the night play. Well, Zagat Sumagulov is a prohibitive favorite at minus 360, so I can't be betting on him. Maybe use him as a potential parlay piece, but yeah, I'm okay with even Max Griffin at minus 170, to be honest. Topuria should win against Ryan Hall, but again, I feel like there's much safer spots. Yeah, that's really about it. Obviously, Sean O'Malley, big favorite. Not even going to bother with that one either. Olajuwon Dream be wild if Nick and Nate were on the same card. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. John Hess in the chat. What's going on, my guy? Rib Lemons, Matt Brown versus Nick Diaz. I'm on board with that. Yeah, that would be a great fight. I don't know what beef these 2 guys have, but I'm not even going to bother doing it. Ryan Grant saying kind of like Volkov as the ultimate gatekeeper. I think he could have some success, man. I just think that this is a bad stylistical matchup for him, to be honest. But better saying no Volkov. I think Gane wins, man. I'm I'm not on the Volkov side here. I do think that he's a stiff test. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't think that he's going to do it. Yannick LeBert is saying, bro, you got to go for rack for the parlay you put last week. Not following there, but I apologize. Henry Wells, have you ever put out two lock and right plays for one card? I have, but I haven't done it in a long time. I don't think I'll be doing it for. I yeah. If there were a card, if there was a card for me to do it, it would probably be 264 with Wonder Boy and Griffin. But I don't know if I'll actually end up doing it. Ursula saying what would be good for a matchup for Patty Pimble. I'm surprised they haven't given him a matchup yet, especially after how big of a deal they're making of his signing. Maybe he has some USADA issues. Who knows what it is? But um, he's a 145er, right? Patty Pimblett. Start him off easy. Start him off with one of the guys lower on the ranks. Let's build him up. He's still only 26 years old. There's no need to rush him. He's a 55er. Huge crop of guys at 55. I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that I'd match him up against, to be honest. Wael Al Gadban's saying, yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I have Burns walking through Wonderboy for some reason. Interesting. I don't see that. But better has OSP, Volk, Villanueva, and Kennedy. I disagree with the first two, but I like the second two. Anthony C. Tom Seifield should touch our Burns all night. I agree. Tyson Fdaxius is saying, why are Amadovsky and Yazong even in the UFC? Yeah, Yazong, if you guys remember, had only had one fight and then just stayed outside of the UFC for a long, long time. And I believe he also fought at heavyweight. Now he's going to be fighting at middleweight. Yeah, he fought Cyril Asker in November of 2017, then fought Rashad Coulter in 2018. So he's been off for at least 3 years now. Not sure exactly why. Interested to see what he brings to the table. Urso saying, bring back Paul Daly. Let's make Diaz Daly too. That'd be great. I was actually at the fight the last time Paul Daly ever stepped inside the cage when he had that cheap shot against Josh Koscheck. Montreal UFC 113. Actually, this poster right here, my first ever UFC event that I went to. Kimbo was on the card against Mitrione as well. Intriguing night. Just a Villegas on a Force 6 fight parlay. DraftKings, can you give a fight you may think I could put both fighters in? Mean go to distance, a lot of volume from both. Maybe Dalby and Means. That seems like a decent fight where you could possibly stack. Both guys should have decent success and score there. Other fights. That's really the only one. Barcelos and Valiev, but I feel like Valiev, like the most of his success in terms of DraftKings would come from takedowns and control time, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that against Barcelos. Volkov and Gane, I see that going all 25, to be honest. That might not be a bad spot to stack there. Andy Price is all in on Shavkat this week. Bob Bear is saying my Hail Mary parlay has Volk and OSP to win by finish with two more not to go the distance props. Came out to plus 99.90. Not bad. AG saying Volk on a body gun. Anthony C, am I crazy for having Kennedy as my lock of the night tonight? I feel like there's much safer spots, to be honest. I think he wins, but I think there's safer spots. Anthony C, I feel like his cardio pace and range is just too much, and Danilo is definitely not UFC worthy. Trust me, I don't think that Danilo is UFC worthy either, but I do have some question marks about Kennedy regarding his greenness still, but I do think that he wins this fight. Lashwan wants McGregor Diaz 3. I see what kind of fan you are now. I see it. Anthony C, Barcelos is my lock of the night, but Kennedy is my big spaz, so you are a good brother. Interesting. Danilo could sub him easily. Exactly. Again, or he could just control him. He's a big boy. He's actually going to have an inch height advantage on Kennedy. Kennedy, normally the much bigger guy in his fights, but Danilo is a big boy himself. Oh, Sean Dream saying I'm all for the entertainment. I get it. Hey, Danilo always ruining people's nights. Oh, trust me. Trust me. You know I know all about that. Lajuan, I don't know the technicalities of MMA yet, but I do appreciate a good fight. Mr. Bubbles is saying my gut tells me Bozer fight ends inside the distance, but I can't ignore Bozer's weak finishing lately. Yeah, I just don't think he'll get the finish unless OSP's gas tank falls off a major cliff, halfway through this fight. I think he should be able to take whatever Bozer's throwing at him, but still lose a decision. Danila has base abilities, yeah, black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I just don't think he's UFC level, to be honest. Somebody just sent me somebody just sent me somebody trying to seriously defame me, saying that I'm a pedophile and shit. Alfred, your food's done. You're all done. You're all done, brother. But yeah, somebody. God damn, it's definitely our buddy O'Powell over there. There's a clip of me talking about Carlos Diego Ferreira and how good he looked off of one of the Ultimate Wayne shows I used to do. Oh, this is hilarious, dude. This guy's legit trying to throw me under the bus. Oh, shout out to my guy MMA King that actually threw it out to me, but it's clearly our fucking guy trying to defame me. First of all, it calls me a Muslim. Not saying there's anything wrong with Muslims, but it just shows you the IQ of this motherfucker. Saying hiding in the closet now makes sense why he's obsessed over another man all day long. Messages account he was told belongs to a 13-year-old kid. He kept sending sexual derogatory messages to. Look up his real name. He's got case for online predator minor. Anyone want proof? Message me. I'll show you. He used this type of nasty languages and emails and messages telling 13-year-old he was hard and nasty things. But where this person is mentally ill, sick in the head, and tries scamming people, I was told. Fuck that guy, man. I need to body this motherfucker. Fuck that dude. What a dumb piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. Scumbag human. Oh my god. What a fucking pusshole. Whatever. His whole thing is blowing up in his face right now, so I don't give a fuck. Everybody's finding out what a bitch ass motherfucker this guy is. Anyway, let's get back to the fucking weigh-ins here. Um, Better saying I'm hoping for by a finish by my corner. Yeah, I'm hoping that it turns out like the Hadzovich fight, quick takedown submission. That would be best. That would be great. Mr. Bubbles, what do you make of Bojan wanting to get back in there so soon? Well, it was a short notice a spot for him, right? Doesn't have to cut weight, so there's not that worry. Obviously, he's very frustrated after his two last losses. I'm sure he wants to get back in there pretty quickly and get it done with. UFC closed the buffet at the heavyweights, and I know, man. Let's get this shit over with. Wael Gabana got Shavkat, Gane, Taporia, Griffin, O'Malley, to Ivasa, Pereira, Bruns 300, parlay for 11K return thoughts. I think Shavkat wins. I think Gane wins. I think Taporia wins. Griffin wins. O'Malley wins. To Ivasa wins. Who's Pereira fighting? Equal price? Yeah, I think he wins that fight. Uh, and then Burns. I think Wonderboy wins that fight quite easily. So outside of Burns, I think you win that parlay. And if I'm not mistaken, Burns is the last uh spot in that parlay I would cash out after Burns. Or sorry, after before the Burns fight. If I'm not mistaken, Burns is the co-main event. So yeah, I would cash out before that if you have the opportunity. DJ Low, shout out from the interim view. Shout out my guy. Appreciate a fellow Torontonian. Bob Better saying I have the Kennedy Danilo not to go the distance as well. Yeah, I'm hoping Kennedy quick first round knockout. He's in the States. John has who the fuck is doing my man lock dirty. Justin Villegas, the first meeting between Carlos Newton and Matt Hughes. Did Matt pass out by choke or Newton KO by drop? The age old question. I think it was both, man. It was definitely both. Matt Hughes, the way he popped his head out after that, man definitely looked like somebody who had no idea where the fuck he was. Also saying you think Uriah Hall has a better jab than Strickland. I do, but I think that it's going to be hard for him to keep it consistent, especially on a 5-round fight. I think it's going to be hard for him to keep it consistent against a guy like Strickland. Close fight. You guys know I've been riding Strickland for a long time now, but I think I'll be keeping my money off that fight, depending on what the rest of the card looks like. But yeah, that's definitely one of the more dangerous fights for Strickland, but I do think he still passes that test. Orlando, you talking about he fuck was G? The fuck was MMA Carl? Yeah, fuck what? Chode liquor. Always hated that dude. What an asshole, exactly. Bozer needs that Molson money. Yeah, for sure. Justin Villegas, hit me up. I know a person that I'm scared to write asshole on his car, but gotta have it. Gotta love it. 264 card is so damn good. Yeah, for sure. So not go the distance in OSP, Bozer, Moicano, Kennedy 4-piece. That Bozer one might go to a decision, but I like the other spots. Oh my god, man! Looks like I'm cashing out at Burns for 100% now. Yeah, I agree. Brandon Qualkenbush saying so sad Lee versus Brady got dropped. Huge Sean Brady guy. I think he can be dominant at the high level. I think that was a very intriguing matchup for him against a guy in Kevin Lee who has very good wrestling chops himself. Now, if Lee hadn't addressed his cardio issues, then probably looks bad in that fight. But close fight than the odds had indicated. Hopefully, they're able to reschedule that matchup. Ty Drucken, I think Gane is going to do really good against Volk. I think people will realize how good he is. Yeah. A lot of us are just going off of potential on Gane now, right? Like, obviously, he has great performances his last couple of fights, going out there, doing what he needs to do. But yeah, we'll see. The clip of Strickland getting mad at that guy at the gym was wild. Yeah. I can't believe Gane is the same reach as Volkov. Yeah, he's a big, lanky dude. Yeah. I'm still stunned that somebody would go that low to accuse me of some wild shit. Oh. Whatever. Fuck that guy. All right. Brandon is saying I think Lee Brady is getting pushed to the August pay-per-view. Could be wrong. That's great. I hope that they actually reschedule it rather than mix them up with different opponents. Alexander Ryan, unpopular opinion, Volkov finishes Gane late. Could see it happening. Again, if Volkov implements his game plan effectively and Gane, can't handle it, I could definitely see that. Wael Agaba in 2 years is the next time we see a 39-year-old win a fight. Mark my words. Interesting. We rocking with Rosa all the way to the bank. That's my dude. I don't think James is good at all. James is betting his fight money on himself, 25,000. Yeah, he's a little quirky. Justin Villegas, who your top three fighters all time? One Pacific. Who got you watching, man? Ortiz, Penn, Connor, all mine because assholes just realized them. Became assholes. For me, it was Shogun and Vanderlei. Those were my two favorite fighters that really got me into the sport. Their violent style was just awesome. So, yeah, I really like it. Also, I will say, who is it? 39 plus year olds. If I'm not mistaken, Wonder Boy is getting close to that age, but his fighting style allows him to get away with it. His speed is still up to par. His technique is still up to par. I want to say he's 37 or 38. Let me just pull it up right now. He's 38. He'll be 39 in February of next year. So we'll see. Ben Peak in the chat. Oh, Volkov headed to the scale. Let's check him out first. I'll get back to the chat. Looking like a tick boy as usual, or at least what's become normal over the last two fights for him. I just think it's going to cause him to be a little bit too slow here against a guy like Gane. 265. It's a big boy. All right. Two more guys. Three more guys. Gane, Gane, Medeiros, and Bozer. All right, Ben Peak. I just got here and Luck has been quite quiet for a minute. What's going on? I wasn't that quiet. James is gonna lose his purse, then I agree. The fucking Moicano not to go the distance alone just jumped 90 points. Now it's at minus 210. Yeah. Makes sense, man. It makes sense. SKD, love to see you cashing those big NBA tickets, man. Inspiring degenerate stuff. Yeah. Didn't work out for me last night, but with the Suns, but bankroll's still fat, so I can't complain. But Better Crazy, just as we spoke, it popped up. Yeah. TJKO, stay humble and stay positive. That's why that dude can't buy a PK nowadays. Yeah. Fuck him. Alexander Ryan, James bet 25K on himself, yet the line keeps wadding, not convincing anybody. Yeah, I agree. Anthony C. I took James by KO as a prop. He has power. Rosa is there to get hit. True, but I think we'll see a much more composed Rosa here. I don't think I see a lot of people banging on the fact that Derek Minner dropped him, right? I don't think that he gave Derek Minner the respect on the feet at all. I fully believe he'll be respecting James's power early here. And yeah, I think the power of James will start to deplete as this fight goes on. Mr. Bubble is saying Raptors could use Volkov down low. Yeah, that would be great. We definitely need some help. SKD Gane lacks killer instinct. I think he's just very very composed, very disciplined. I wouldn't say he lacks killer instinct. Benny Goods in the house. James is plus 140. Jeremiah Wells, my guy Eddie Cuevas is saying bombs away. Good luck, my brother. Ty Drucken, anyone looking better, worse on the scale yet? No, seems like a rudimentary day so far. Nobody's missed weight. Everybody looks good. James KO prop is plus 250. If you're betting James, that's the way to go. I don't see him winning any other way. Even James round one. If it can get a better line on James round one, that's probably your best shot. I've always wondered who are the actual sports bookies. How the heck do they make their original lines? Think they have a giant database of stats or what? I will get back to that question after we see what Bozer looks like on the scales. Looks like somebody just woke him up from a nap and he's like, "Ugh, I guess I gotta do this." 240. Looks in solid shape. Two more guys. We got Gane and we got Yancy Medeiros. But yeah, back to AA's question: who are the actual sports bookies? How the heck do they make their original lines? I think a lot of it. There's a lot of different guys that do it now. Nick Kalikas used to be the main guy, right? But there's a lot of different people doing it now. I'm not sure exactly who, but yeah. Mixed partial frauds. Appreciate you stopping by. Justin Villegas saying, is there anyone else obsessed with Lil Khabib? Who's look? Oh, Hasbullah. It's crazy how much he's blown up. Like even my wife is sending me stuff about him, and it's crazy how much he's blown up. But better, it's a combination of computers and humans. Narco Cop in the chat. What's going on, my brother? SKD, Kamosh Bach, Rosa, Parlay. Don't mind that. George Metexopoulos, what up, Slock? What's up, Lock? Who are we waiting for? Did anybody miss weight? Nobody miss weight. Don't think anybody looked absolutely horrible. Only guys we're waiting on is Cyril Gane and Yancy Medeiros. That's about it. Narco Cop is on vacation in Florida. Appreciate you carving out some time and hitting me up. Good luck to you as well this weekend, brother. Yeah, if people saw my Twitter yesterday, I think it was, I put out a tweet saying I'm gonna have my 30th birthday this year in October, and I'm planning on doing a trip I've never done before. I want to go to California and just do the PCH, do all that type of stuff, enjoy my time out there. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I hope that I really enjoy it. I've been to Anaheim once, way back at UFC 121. My brother and one of my boys actually surprised me with tickets on the flight from Toronto to Anaheim, or at least LAX, and then go to Anaheim to watch the fights. I was only there for like 2 days. I think we flew in Friday night and I came back on Sunday because I had school or some shit. I was still quite young back then. Wasn't even of age. I think I hit 19. Like I turned 19 in the US and I wasn't even legal there yet. I was legal inside Canada, but great experience, fun event. Met fucking Nick Diaz in the stands. They had a meet and greet with Nate Diaz and John Jones outside the fights. Good times. But yeah, I want to go for like 2 weeks this time. So my plan is to go to a J. Cole concert either in Phoenix on the 6th or the 17th, or Vegas on the 16th, or in LA on the 21st. So I'm going to plan around that and then figure out where I'm going all over Cali. But I want to do Cali for solo for the most part. The wife will only be able to join me for about a weekend, and she's got to get back for work because they're just not at this point in time. They're just not good with her taking that much time off. So I'll be in Cali by myself for the most part, in some part of October. I'd say the latter half of October. So if anybody's in Cali, hit your boy up. I might swing through if we have at least a good, at least if we have a good rapport. Frank Jordan, talk me off lock. I'm thinking about Stolyarenko, Praknio preserves parlay. Must be this crazy herb I'm smoking. Yeah, I don't think Stolyarenko wins. I have the under 2.5 in that fight, though. I do see some violence there. I got Ike there. I'd rather take the violence bet there as well. And then Preserves. I got Shavkat, but I do think that Preserves is live. I feel better by taking like the totals in those fights instead, like the under in those first two, and then the over in the Preserves fight. Whatever you're smoking, though, bring it over here because I love it. Narco Cop doesn't like Cali. Florida and Vegas are the spots. I've done Florida, like I've done Miami, Orlando, Key West, and I've done Vegas for a full week when I went to see Connor Aldo. But I just want to do Cali. I've never done it properly, and I feel like there's a lot to see out there, so I just want to do that. check that off the bucket list. J. Cole concert going to be dope. Yeah, I've seen him do his Born Sinner tour up here in Toronto. I missed the Forest Hills Drive one. That one I wish I went to because that's still my favorite album that he's ever dropped. But I don't want to miss this one. I thought his latest album was pretty good too. About better saying Harris by finish is minus 885. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Justin Villegas, welcome to Fresno. We got gangster and kick shitters. You never live to using gangbangers claim dirt road crop field streets. That's crazy. Fuck that. I'm trying to stay away from the heat in terms of mischievous shit. I do want to ask this. I am curious. In California, is weed recreationally legal, or what's the situation over there? Because you guys know me. Nicholas was saying, if you're going to Cali, you owe the Padres and Giants a visit, my brother. For sure, I do. A lot of people have been saying go to San Diego. San Diego is a spot, so I'll definitely look at that. Justin Villegas, Raider Nation tailgate a Raider game. I'm not a big football guy. Let's see. Narco Cop is saying go to Destin, Florida. Never heard of that place. Hawaii, bro, Blessed Express. Yeah, I want to do that, but I want to do that for like a week or 2 weeks with the wife. That's not something I want to do alone. I want to do that with the wife, and unfortunately, she's not going to be able to do it. We have yet to have an official honeymoon, even though we got married last year. So next year, I think we're going to do that. Next year, I think our honeymoon's going to be Hawaii. Go in LA. Yeah, I'll definitely be going to LA for sure. Narco Cop saying low-key best beaches. Not much of a beach guy, honestly. Like I like scenery. Like I just want to see shit. Ideally, like I'm even considering going to Vancouver and just like for 2 weeks going to all the national parks out there, just seeing all the mountains, seeing all the best spots. Yeah, Phoenix, it'll be lit. I say Phoenix specifically because they're on a weekend that works best for, if the wife is coming along, that'd be great too. YBB official saying, did you see how much money James spent on himself this weekend? Yeah, because he's going to be a broke mofo after this weekend. Elijah and Dream, I think you have to be a resident of Cali to buy from a dispensary. Oh, that sucks. San Diego, very nice. Mr. Bubbles, East Coast, we got it all. Yeah, I know. Alexander Ryan, it is indeed legal. Apparently, so is homicide, armed robbery, GTN, right? Watch your sex. Well. Nicholas West, I thought she was going with you. So you road tripping it, huh? She's going to be with me at least for one weekend. Like we're going to see the Cole concert together. We're still figuring out how that's going to work. But I want to be out there for at least 2 weeks. She's not going to be able to do the whole thing. So I'll be out there myself for the majority of it. But I don't mind that, man. I'm fine with being by myself. And I know I have a lot of boys in California that I'll eventually see. Check out the Rockies. Yeah, that was definitely on my list too. Weed is legal in Cali recreationally, but apparently I got to be a resident to buy it. Is that true? Justin Villegas, if you white in Cali everywhere, see semi-cool Mex, Black, Asian smoke beach areas, ghetto towns, smoke your weed, but keep one eye out looking everywhere. All right. We're just waiting on one. Wait, did Medeiros already weigh in? Did I miss Medeiros weighing in? Yeah, where the fuck? Can somebody in the chat let me know if I missed Yancey's weigh-in? Because that's right, he didn't fucking weigh in. Ty Drucken, what do you think of Gane at plus 700 by fourth round finish or plus 2,600 for fifth? I think Volk might guess out with exercise he has on. Could be a decent spot, but I do think he wins by decision. But it's tough to pass those spots up if you have a decent angle, and I don't mind those angles. Mixed Pressure Farts is saying Bay Area has the best weed, supposedly. I just need weed. Like, I don't really give a fuck whether they say it's the best or not. Uncle Weezy, Chicago in the summers. I've been to Chicago numerous times, actually. I love Chicago. I think I went twice in the winter and then I went twice in summer. I love Chicago. I've already done it though. That's the thing, right? I want to go somewhere I haven't done yet. Better, does James have a ticket? I doubt it. Otherwise, he'd probably be showing it off. Excuse me. Michael J. 2 weeks is a long vacation. I get homesick. Yeah, that's why I want to keep like doing something. I don't just want to sit in one place. Like I don't want to spend 2 weeks in just San Diego. Like my intentions are driving the PCH, going up and down and hitting the major cities, staying a couple nights in each place, seeing what each city has to offer. If I'm just sitting in one place for 2 weeks, then yeah, I might get homesick, but we'll see. While I'm not going to be standing outside the dispensary asking people to boot for him. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to have to do that. Some guy insane California love for sure. Has Yancey weighed in? Yeah, I don't think he did. Grander Singh, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you stopping by. Tyson is saying, according to MMA Junkie, he weighed in at 155 and a half. How did I miss Yancey? Okay, interesting. Tydrek and I got him via decision, but they might be worth throwing at $5 to $10 each. Yeah, I don't mind that. Narco Cop, I live in Chicago, not the same. No, you don't got to be a resident to buy it. Been to Cali, everyone smokes everywhere. Trust me, you can blaze. All right, good. I'm not too worried about it then. Crime through the roof. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to Chicago. I think the last time I went was it was either when Shevchenko fought home. I was there for that card, or uh when Pettis beat Ben Henderson. I know that was in Milwaukee, but that was a week where they had a fight night on Wednesday in Indianapolis. Went to that one, and they had the UFC 164 pay per view in Milwaukee on the Saturday, and we were staying in Chicago since that's pretty much right in the middle. You need to reserve spots on PCH parkways in advance. Really? To drive on the PCH, you need to reserve? That sounds whack. Volkov hopping on the scale. Oh, there he is. Oh, sorry, gone. Last guy to make it to the scale. Yeah, I completely miss Yancey. I'm not sure how I missed it, but good that he made the weight. Sir Gane looking in damn good shape as always. I don't think he's ever really hit the heavyweight limit. 245. All right. Looks like they're going to break down the scales shortly and then do the face off. So I'll stick around for the face offs. As long as they do them by 1 o'clock, I'll stick around. All right. Let's see what the chat is saying. No campgrounds, no accommodations. I think I might be like Airbnb a couple of spots. That's what my plan is tentatively. AA saying, when are you and the wife going to have Locke Jr.? Probably another 3 years. The plan is about 3 years or so. That's when we'll start to plan for a kid. But for now, I just want to enjoy my time. The only kid that I have is fucking Alfred, the dog. And I want to keep it that way. Like, I want to go enjoy myself, go fucking like have these 2 weeks trips and stuff. Uh, you know, financially, life is a lot better now than it used to be. So I want to experience life a little bit more before I have somebody to take care of. Um, so I'll be making the most of it over the next 3 years, and then we'll look to get a kid. Justin Villegas, San Diego, LA Beaches, Disneyland, Sequoia National Park, San Francisco, catch one NFL game, basketball game. It has Nevada and Cali, but South Lake Tahoe. God damn it, nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check out a lot of those places. I know the wife was trying to convince me let's do Disneyland while we're in LA. I wouldn't mind it. Just for the experience. I don't mind it. She loves Disney, so fuck it, let's do it. Nice. Let's see the height advantage for Rachmanov now. Yeah, that should be big. About better, no misses, no COVIDs. Yes, everything has been good so far. We'll see how that goes. King win over under parlay drops tomorrow on tomorrow's live stream. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, on the Fight Day live chat. That's when I give out the over under parlay. So you're gonna have to come back. Brandon, if you had to say how many times Volkov beats Gane out of 100, what would you say? Also, am I crazy for thinking Gane is a pretty decent value still? I think it's like a 60-40-ish type of fight in Gane's favor, to be honest. Maybe even like 65. But again, that's based off of potential. All right. AA was gonna say prepare to have zero free time when Locktree arrives. I know. I know. I'm gonna have a real damn good schedule laid down pat to be able to still deliver the content for you guys, and then obviously dedicate the time to there as well. Gone 245 smaller than ever. Maybe he's gonna, rely more on that speed, rely on that cardio. Mr. Bubbles is saying jog Death Valley. Yeah, I'll pass on that. I want to check out like those spots that I always hear about, right? Like the national parks and what's the other fucking Runyon Canyon? Isn't that where like everybody goes for hikes and stuff a lot? The one thing that freaks me out though, apparently there's like rattlesnakes and shit. I don't fuck with those deadly type of fucking natural animals. Like up here in Toronto, the worst thing that we have to worry about are skunks. I'd rather get sprayed than get fucking stung by a fucking rattlesnake. We got skunks, raccoons, squirrels. That's the biggest worries that we have up here in Toronto. Not fucking rattlesnakes. We got garter snakes or garden snakes, whatever the fuck they call them, harmless. BP in the chat. Hey, yo, man. Keep up the hard work, Lachlan. I love the grind and positive vibes you bring out. I appreciate it, my brother. Love, love the love that you are providing. King win. No worries, brother. Tune in tomorrow, like I said. Ben Peak, dude, you can't do the 1 p.m. live stream tomorrow. Fights don't. Yes, thank you, Ben. Fuck. I keep fucking myself. You're so right. All these weird start times are screwing me over. So yeah, Ben is right. No 1 p.m. start time tomorrow for the weigh-in. The Fight Day live chat. I'll actually be doing it. So in those situations, I've been doing 10 a.m. on Fight Day. 10 a.m. live chat is going to be the Fight Day live chat. So I apologize. I hope my guy King Mars or King Win is still in the chat here and can hear that. But yeah, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, Fight Day live chat. I apologize. Thank you, Ben. God damn. Justin Villegas, Jog Death Valley with this ghost of Evan Tanner. Oh, yeah, no, can't do that. Mr. Bubbles crazy shit in Australia, I heard. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, exactly. In terms of wildlife, yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that. I don't think I'll ever be able to live outside of Toronto, to be honest. Long term, like Toronto and Vancouver are two spots that I think I would live. And Vancouver gets a slight edge because like I feel like they have much better nature places to go check out, right? Like great parks and mountains and all that type of stuff. I would love to live there. But Toronto, I mean, wildlife, we have it under control. Violence and all that shit, we have it under control. I feel safe here. Like I really don't feel threatened at all living where I live. So I'm good. Blazed Towns fan is saying rattlesnakes won't mess with you, just don't step on them. That's what I mean. Like, how am I supposed to like take in everything that I'm seeing and still look out on the ground and make sure that I'm not fucking stepping on them? I would be freaked to death, man. I am a bitch when it comes to that shit. Alexander Ryan, one of each parlay. Hanato by sub, Barcelos by decision, Kennedy by KO. Dalby versus Means. Fight goes to decision at plus 1850. So Hanato by sub, love it. Barcelos by decision, love it. Kennedy by KO, love it. Dalby Means goes to decision. I love it. Plus 1850. Yeah, I like it. That's a good little parlay there. AA Toronto Squirrels the size of dogs. Ah, Not where I'm at. I'm in the suburbs of Toronto. Like I'm just north of Toronto, and it's not too bad up here. Raccoons and skunks are the real pests up here, but at least they're not deadly. Brandon, giving us Gane's weights. 241 versus Pessoa, 239 versus Mays, 249 versus Bozer, 247 and a half against JDS, and 247 against Rosenstrike. And he comes in at 245 here. So yeah, this seems like his regular weight. Mr. Bubbles, imagine just putting out the morning joint, walking outside and seeing two kangaroos scrapping. I would love to see that. Mario Barrel is saying Jersey Shore, Wildwood to Atlantic City, all fun, no creepy animals. One day I'll check out that spot. I don't know why I have a hard on for Cali right now, but I definitely want to check out Cali for sure. Joshua Bloor is saying you don't need a reservation to drive the PCH. Not sure what the guy means. Thank you, brother. Ben Peak, I love you, my guy. Always looking out for me. John Hess is true. I saw Lockett mugged by a red squirrel last week. They're all over the place here. My neighbor like catches them, traps them, and then just drives them like fucking an hour north and releases them up there, trying to get them out of here. But those motherfuckers keep coming. The worst experience I had with the squirrel was the squirrel chewing through the wires of my car under my hood. That was the worst. Luckily, like it didn't cause any injuries because like the car was in the driveway. We couldn't start the car. But yeah, those motherfuckers chewed through it. That was bad. Nick stopping by saying, "Hey man, I have a question, and if it's possible to help me, that would be great. I have a parlay that's pending. The last two fights are Gane and Kennedy 10 to win 500. If you had to hedge, do I take the opposites, Marquez and Volkov, or should I take Kennedy and Volkov?" I'm not a hedging guy, to be honest. I hedge like as the fights are going on. So the first fight would be Kennedy and Danilo. I would hedge with Danilo. Just even trying to think what his best path to victory would. It's either sub or decision. Trying to give you the best bang for your buck. But if it's only $10, like you can bet like what $20 on Danilo, and at least that covers your stakes, so you still end up profiting at the end of the day. And then for the Volkov side of things, yeah, even betting Volkov at plus money, not too bad. Again, I'm not a hedger. I'm sure there's better strategies in terms of hedging there, but I would just take it fight by fight. If it as it goes on, there's a couple fights in between the Kennedy and Gane fights. So yeah, I bet Danilo right before the Danilo fight starts, and then if Kennedy wins, then I'd bet a little bit more on Volkov, and yeah, again, I'm not sure what your goal is. Are you trying to make $200, $300, $400, whatever it is? For me, whenever I do hedge, again, it's very rare that I ever do. I just make sure that it covers my stake. That's it. DXJC, so Pineda and Big Eye look the worst at Wednesday. I don't think it was anything dramatic though. I don't think it's going to affect them at the fights. Blaze Towns fan, I'm a country boy. I know several people that have been been bit by rattlers. It is no joke. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. But they're only in like the hiking places, right? There's not much else. Like they're not in the cities, they're not fucking in downtown or anything like that. Justin Villegas, we got flies like shit in Cali, well around me at least. Yeah, flies are everywhere. While Agaban, Jersey Shore, no creepy animal, sure, buddy. Go watch South Park. They'll kill me, Wail. Rasul 1993, sorry for hyping up Rocky Martinez. Dude lost second time money. Yeah. It was all right. I like Antwin. I like him too. No worries, Nick. Hopefully I helped out. Just a few guys. I fucking love Snow White now. My girl live with me, cats, rabbits. I got squirrels who ask for food now, and they start to tap my glass. If I put out food now, I have squirrels like monkeys. God, I feel like should kill me. Frank Jordan, I'm gonna bet Warley by sub. Not a bad approach, especially if you're getting some solid props on it. I think I got a couple bets going on right now. I just want to see what the Are the Euros going on right now, or does that start at 3? Like I think I have Denmark money line. Well, that game's actually tomorrow. Oh shit. Oops. And what's the other Italy? Is that tomorrow as well? Italy tomorrow, 3 p.m. All right. I don't know why I thought it was today. Couple other bets that I got. Let me just see. Refresh my memory. I gotta piss so bad. I'm hoping they start these face-offs right at 1 o'clock. um, what do I have? Washington Nationals. When is that game? That's at 7. What else do I have? And then Houston. I got the over 9.5 in the Houston game, parlayed with some PFL stuff. But I also think that is, yeah, much later this evening. My guy Einstein MMA with the $5 dono. Appreciate the love, my guy. Prezeris versus Rachmanov to start round 2. Minus 240 is my lock of the night. I like that. That's a great spot. That is a great spot. See, I wish I could give like bets like those out as my lock of the night play, but the issue is I only like giving out bets that the majority of people can tail, right? Like I know a lot of people don't have access to that prop. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's a great prop. There's so many other spots like that that I wish I could give away as lock of the night plays, but I just can't. Appreciate the dono, my brother. Hopefully that hits for you. DXJC, what time are you doing tomorrow stream since that's at 1? I'm going to be doing 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I will be doing a stream tomorrow morning. John S., who do you think will win the Euros? I have zero knowledge about it. I apologize. I've just been telling my guy grinding Eddie. That's it. I know nothing. Apparently, one of my boys that's into soccer said I think France is the favorite to win. I don't know how it's going for them. AA Canada is in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Yeah, finally. It's been years, right? I think I can't remember the last time a Canadian team was in the Stanley Cup playoff of Stanley Cup finals. But big shout out to Montreal Canadiens. Ben Peak saying, "Wish me luck, everybody. I'm betting on Brandon Stills as a dog on PFL tonight." Ben Peak's been calling some good shots. I think he had Chris Camozzi last time around. I believe that one hit for him as well. My guy Ben Peaks knows what he's talking about with PFL. Joshua Bloor, Seattle. I'd hit up Seattle. California is definitely more intriguing to me. Like I want to go I want to rent a nice fucking car and just drive around and see shit. Like I want to see like apparently you can drive up close to where the Sharon Tate house is where she got fucking murdered by what's his face. You can even go by where Charles Manson had all of his crazy shit. Like all this crazy stuff that you hear about from California. I just want to go see it. I want to spend 2 weeks to just go follow it or go see it. Blaze Towns fan, do you follow NBA at all? Yeah, to a certain extent. It's definitely my second favorite sport. All right, we got the weigh-ins or the face-offs going down right now. Justin Villegas, the fight at 10. I'm lost. It said 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern, the fight started. I'm going to do 10 a.m. Eastern for that. Frank Jordan looking for a new betting outlet. Look at Coolbet, coolbet.com, promo code MMALOTN2. All right, let's see what the weigh-ins look like. Then I'll get back to the chat for a couple minutes. Looks like they got a good relationship. All right, Rosa versus James. James looks in good shape, but I just don't think that's going to translate much to his performance here. Stolyarenko and Avila hop into the scale now. Avila with the hug. Stolyarenko's like, fuck it. Praknio and Villanueva. I'm expecting Praknio to obviously be the bigger fighter here, but Villanueva is one durable motherfucker. Oh, wow. I know Praknio was hunched over here, but even when he was standing up straight, I'm not sure why I thought he'd be the much bigger fighter here. Pretty much the same height. Important to note here, Wells in sandals or slippers, Alves barefoot. Did Alves really just give him some water? What the fuck was that all about? That's weird. They're cheersing water. That's so weird. Stay hydrated. That's hilarious. This is a wacky stare down so far. Now for the most comedic stare down of the night. You got Shavkat Rakhmonov squaring up against Michel Prazeres. Obviously, Prazeres much smaller than him. I think he's at a 7-inch height disadvantage, so has a 10-inch reach disadvantage. But we know track tour. We know Mr. Prazeres doesn't have any issues in terms of taking damage and closing the distance. Both guys in sandals here, so we should get at least a decent look in terms of their heights. I believe Marquez has a just a 1-inch height advantage. Doesn't look pronounced at all, obviously, just a 1-inch height advantage. Nothing big. Yeah, Herbert's gonna have a height advantage over Moicano here, which is rare because Moicano is normally taller than his opponents, especially when he used to fight at featherweight. So now, obviously, being at 155, he's going to be fighting taller guys, and Herbert is definitely one of those guys that's on the taller side. Dalby and Means, both guys in their flippity flops. Means with a slight height advantage as I expected. Nice little stare down there. So far, nothing too dramatic at the stare downs. Easily the fight that I'm looking forward to most here. Barcelos against Valiev. Both guys looked in very good shape at the when they were stepping on the scales. Bozer, OSP hopping on the scales right now. Oh, sorry, hopping on the stage. Thick boy OSP up at heavyweight. Bozer trying to get back on track, man. I think he does this weekend. We'll see. I'm not sure if you guys can hear Alfred snoring in the background. All right. Main event time. Big boys up there on the stage. Volkov obvious with the height advantage, but Gane does have the reach advantage here. All right. All right, there it is. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Yannick LeBurge, how did you meet Helwani? I used to work with the UFC a little bit in a voluntary capacity, a couple events, and met him originally there. Start talking to him. I actually went to a CFL game with him, Esther Lynn, Casey Layden, Showdown Joe Ferrero, a couple other big names that were there too. Met him there, and then eventually he actually came on my radio show when I was in college. I reached out to him and he came onto my radio show, and we've just stayed in touch since. I have his email, or we've been emailing back and forth earlier on in our relationship, our friendship, I should say. And then I've just been hitting him up every now and then through Twitter. And again, if you guys remember, for my 100th episode of my podcast I did in October, he actually came on and talked Justin Gaethje versus Khabib Nurmagomedov with me. So that was very fun and interesting. But yeah, the guy never leaves me on red, never ghosts me. Very good guy. Justin Villegas. The fight is so in California. The fights start for you guys at 10 Pacific time. I'll be going live 7 a.m. Pacific time. Excuse me, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You should also do a secondary lock of the night for the less accessible bets. Yeah, but I do something on my Patreon where I put like close to betting. But yeah, I'll probably add those bets to it. Frank Jordan saying, looking for a new betting outlet. Like I said, coolbet.com, coolbet. Use promo code MMALOTN2. They'll match your initial deposit up to $200. It's a good bookie. I have had zero issues with those guys. Very easy to deposit and withdraw. And yeah, you can parlay props. You can do all that shit. I love it. My main bookies right now are Intertops and Bookmaker. I use Coolbet as well. Plays Towns fan saying never toast with water. Bad luck. Joseph Nussbaum stopping by. Appreciate the love. Flappy Pappy is really high on Marquez this fight. Good luck, brother. Great work as always, Lock, and good luck to everyone tomorrow. Let's make some money. Yes, sir. OSP weighed in around 220, I believe. 230. I don't recall exactly. Olajuwon went to a CFL game with a Hawani. Well, let me just clear that up real quick. It was the UFC that actually gave us tickets to go watch a CFL game in Calgary when we were there for UFC 149. They had, I think, Alves and Sarah Kaufman do something at the beginning of the game, something ceremonious. But they gave tickets to a bunch of the media members, a bunch of the UFC employees were gone there, and I was one of those guys. And yeah, I remember the ride back from I think it's McMahon Stadium. I could be off on that. The ride back, I was in a car with some UFC guys, UFC like staff, and Thiago Alves was in there as well as Sarah Kaufman. So that was pretty cool. DXJC, Volkov, Panetta, and Brady got to have the 3 best back pieces in the UFC. I agree. I really like Ben Henderson's wing tattoo. I think he has the best wings tattoo. Mixed martial arts. You said you did good on his live show. Yeah, that was fun. DXJC just clearing it up. OSP was 230. Thank you. Danny A asking if anything alarming happened at the weigh-ins. Nothing. It was business as usual. It seemed like everybody was really good there. No issues. All right, I'm gonna hop off very shortly. Know you. I'm not gonna mention that guy. That guy's a piece of shit. If we're talking about the same guy, not Beanie Guru or anything like that. Tyler Paul MMA, did you post your Lock and I Play yet? I have not. I'll do that on social media very shortly, later this evening. 2 things I want to say. Lock of the Night Challenge. make one lock of the night play from UFC 264 all the way to the end of the year, accumulate the most amount of profit, get placed in the top 3, and you get paid out based on what the pot is: 65% to first place, 25% to second place, 10% to third place. I keep 0. More often than not, guys end up tipping anyway, so it makes it worthwhile at that point. But yeah, we had 76 competitors in the $25 game last time, and we have 43 competitors in the $100 game last time. I'm hoping to top both of those numbers. If you guys are interested in joining the game, please do hit me up on Twitter at MMALOTN. If you have Instagram, that's fine too. I prefer Twitter, but Instagram works as well. Yeah, I'll get you guys set up. It is a very fun game. I'm expecting it to be the biggest addition to date, so we should have a really nice pot for it. And lastly, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, the Ultimate Weigh-In Show. I have 3 great guests on with me. I'm going to have my guy Jonas Schiffman from FTN Daily. We're going to have Uncle Wheezy. He's been making a couple appearances over there on Pub Sports Radio with my guy Brady. And last guy that we have on is John Martian, UFO UFC Martian MMA podcast. Very solid and sharp dude. So I can't wait to break it down for him as well. So once again, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, Ultimate Weigh-In Show. I know it's going to be during PFL and Bellator. We're going to have those on in the background, but this 9 p.m. time slot is a gold mine in terms of getting some live viewers out there and watching the fight or watching the stream live as it's going down. So once again, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, I will be on once again. All right, that's about it. Sorry, John. Game close to join. Deadline is July 4th, but I'm trying to get in as many people as early as possible because on deadline date, always, this is historically accurate all the time, I get rushed on a deadline day. So I don't want to be too fucking, up to my neck and people trying to get set up with the game. So the sooner you hit me up, the better. All right. See you guys tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern.